wouldn't recognize that in the lower ELO. So going home once again. Apparently having to go home quite a lot here. I think that's his 4th or 5th time already. And finally, oh yeah, I hope that he would finally go and gank, but doesn't seem like it. Yeah, well, maybe. It may still happen. At least he has red now. And he meets the enemy Warwick here. Using his ultimate to, to slow down and damage the Warwick. And they're not going to get Heimer, but they did quite a lot of damage, so, and he's out of mana. So he'll probably need to go home and get some more mana and some more life. So let me explain the skills, because, well, he's going jungling once again. First of all, your innate ability. Every basic attack applies poison, and that poison is the same as the ignite poison. It reduces healing by 50%, and in this case it lasts for 10 seconds, which is a big deal. Because you can prevent a lot of the healers from doing their normal thing. So you can actually kill a lot of self-healing heroes with it, champions. Then Parlay. Parlay is, to me, is his best attack. It shoots, so it has range, and you can shoot for your attack damage, plus, in this case, 45 physical damage. And you get some extra gold if you kill with it. And that is nice, but it's not really a lot, so it doesn't really matter too much. What does matter is that you can actually get critical strike with it. And is he actually going to get this guy? Yep. So then the skill that makes GangPlank so overpowered. Remove Scurvy. Remove Scurvy is basically a heal, which also removes all crowd control effects. And just removing all the crowd control effects is what makes him so overpowered. There's no other hero that has that, champion that has that. Then Raise Morale, we saw him starting with this, and it's overall a great way to interact with your team. It makes you kind of support E. Doesn't make you a full support, of course. It gives you and everyone around you attack damage boost and a movement speed boost. And it makes that your team is a whole lot more deadly if you use it in team fights. So, good skill. And he maxed this one out first for jungling reasons, I'm assuming. And then your ultimate, well, we saw it already. It's basically a large circle in which cannonballs will fall down randomly, and if an enemy gets hit by one of the cannonballs, he takes damage, and it slows all enemies in the area. So I think that is that isn't random. That isn't based on if they actually get hit or not. So, didn't know that. Learning something every day. So a lot of gangplanks that you come across will go for critical strike, because critical strike is really powerful on gangplank. because his Q can actually, well, use the critical strike. It also applies the life steal, and well, the combination of the two is of course very strong. If you have life steal on a critical hit, then yeah, you gain a lot of life back from what you lost in the jungle or in the lane or whatever, and that's what makes him so strong. So the enemy team is pushing middle lane here because, well, Karthus is back here, teleporting back. Apparently almost got killed. And Heimer is just pushing the lane. That's what he does. And GangPlank a little bit careless here in the turrets. He lost a lot of life there. And he's going for the turrets once more. Killing the turrets, of course, a really good strategy to disable Heimer's pushing power. But yeah, as you can see, it costs you a lot of life. And he could do that because Soraka was here. Soraka was not here, that would have been a really bad thing to have. Or to do. To try even. And normally it's better to just leave the turrets until they attack minions, and then you can go in, attack the turrets, and especially with a ranged champion you should have no problem. The worst thing to do, well, except for, well, doing what he just did, but without a healer present. The worst thing to do is to spend all of your mana using skills to destroy the turrets, because the turrets can be replaced quite easily. Heimerdinger has a build that has a lot of mana in it, so just by destroying the turrets, it isn't doing anything except for really early game. And the thing to do is to be Ashe or Teemo or someone like or Caitlyn, someone with very huge range that can destroy the turrets in like 3 hits or 4 hits and make it a whole less useful. A lot less useful. So as you can see, GangPlank can push just as well as Heimerdinger can. He's not going up to the turret, he's just going back here. Probably going to steal blue here if it's available, but it's not. And going to attack the Janna. Janna using the ultimate to get GangPlank off her case, but yeah, it requires a little more than that. But with the tornado or the howling gale, it eventually works, and that is good. So ignoring the singed here apparently, because I don't think he can actually kill him. And he's going on to level Parlay to its fullest potential. So going for the damage and just using the remove scurvy to remove the crowd control effects, and only the crowd control effects. So not using it to heal, even though that is a very valid thing to do with it, of course. And is he going to die here? No, actually surviving that. Wow. I was quite certain he was dead there. But the enemy not pressing on, so not actually getting the kill there, even though they could. So he used the remove scurvy for life gain in the jungling process. And as I said, it's about half of a healing potion. So it works quite well. But not actually using it for life gain later on, because, well, they have Soraka to do that. And it is much better to spend your your skill points, or whatever I should call them, on other things. So on in this case, increased damage mainly. So this time he might be able to get Singed, because Singed was already very damaged, and now he's definitely dead. And there we go. Going 5-0 already. And well, GangPlank as a jungler so far seems pretty good. He can gank pretty efficiently, even though he doesn't have any crowd control, any stuns or snares. He only has a slow from his ultimate, and that's it. But apparently it doesn't need anything else. And he's going to steal the enemy blue. Blue, of course, for any champion, nice to have. But especially if you're relying on yeah, random ultimate. Yeah, it gives vision, so I guess no, they already had vision. I don't know. Maybe he was assuming that they were doing Baron and they weren't. So getting another red here. Red, of course, very useful to have on a melee character, even more than on a ranged character, because the slow from the red buff is actually doubled when you are a melee character compared to when you're a ranged character. And that is why, if you read the buff description, it actually doesn't say the percentage of slow. Oh, is he actually going to get a double kill here? Oh, no, he didn't die. Where's the other guy? Yeah, exactly. Do that. I totally lost him, but apparently so did they. So maybe he flashed away or something and I just missed it. Does he have flash? Yes, he does. So that probably is what happened. And yeah. So by now the only skill to level is remove scurvy, as we have the oh wow, the frames per second dropping to 0.